I am here with the head coach of the North Andover Scarlet Knights varsity field hockey team, Andrea Van Horn. Andrea, first things first, thank you very much for agreeing to be on camera here.
Anytime, Sam.
All right, so my first question for you is, you and the Knights just picked up your first win last week against Newburyport, I believe, and it's the first win as your tenure here because you are a first-year head coach for the field hockey team. Just talk to me about that feeling. What was it like to win?
Obviously, it was a really good feeling to come out the first game and win. Although I will be honest, I told myself and I told the team, whether we win or lose, we're not going to let this game define us. But it really was nice to walk away with a 2-1 victory last week.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is your first year at the helm as the varsity field hockey coach. What kind of experience and philosophies do you personally bring to the program, especially being a former player yourself?
Okay, so if I start back at the very beginning, I played field hockey for North Andover High. I went on to play in college. I actually coached here at North Andover for 13 years at the freshman level. And then I decided to coach my own child at the booster club level, where I am one of the co-commissioners. And now I am back here as the acting head coach of North Andover High. So I think that sums up my experience. And then as for my philosophy, my high school sports, I think, should bring a lot more than just wins to the kids. I really feel as if they should make some strong memories and some strong connections, both to themselves as a person and to each other. It's great to learn how to play field hockey. It's great to win, but I really think it's more about personal development than it is about victories.
Now, on to the squad itself. Last season was, in simple terms, an incredibly short season. And now
4 games?
Yeah, I think it was 4 games, yeah. And now that you were not the head coach last season, but at the helm this year, how do you manage the girls for a longer but also normal season after they had such a short sample size last year?
Yeah, definitely. When I look at their record from last year, it's confusing, I'd say is the word. And I think just in our preparation this year, we're thinking of it more as, a marathon, not a sprint, and working on our endurance, our skill set. I also think that it's really tough to tell what type of team they're going to be based on their record last year. I think they played Andover twice, and Andover is a phenomenal field hockey team. So, and even looking at other teams, it's really tough to tell how they're going to match up. So I'm excited today for Lowell to see how they play and to get a sense of what they're going to bring to this 2021 season.
Now, as for the players themselves, just talk about your captains. It is Summer Gordon, Jenna Bard, and Brenna O'Brien.
Okay, so Summer Gordon, I have known since she was in elementary school. She's my neighbor. And she has been playing field hockey since elementary school in the backyard with her sisters. She is an amazing student. She is someone that leads by example. She is a phenomenal field hockey player. And I also know her from track, another sport that I coach. So that's Summer Gordon in a nutshell. Jenna Bard. So I remember Jenna. So I teach middle school, and I remember Jenna from middle school. She was a lively little child running around NAMS, and she still has that same spirit here. She's our goalie and an assistant coach really on the field. I could not do my job without her. Also a track athlete. And the third one is Brenna O'Brien, who I was her 6th grade teacher. So I remember Brenna sitting in my classroom quietly doing her work. And again, Brenna is a phenomenal student. She is a quiet leader by example and has worked so hard this year in particular to become a leader on this team, not only skill-wise, but character-wise. So those are my three captains. I also have three other seniors who are helping out with the leadership: Emma DeBrasi, Nina Muse, and Ashlyn Callahan. And again, with the six of them here, they have welcomed me, and they are, while I coach them, I feel like they also coach me. So
it's always good to have some good leadership up there, especially with the seniors. And any other players that might be freshmen, sophomore, juniors to monitor this year, that can make a big impact?
I feel as if this is I'm going to call them a team of contributors, that each and every one of them brings something to the field, whether, again, it is their ability or their mindset. And so they're all amazing in many ways. I have two sophomores, which is always something to take note of: Rose Gordon and Eliana Kaplan. Also, I know them from track. And Shelby Nasser has made a great impact. She's the one that scored the 2 goals for us the other day. Sienna DeSalvo is amazing on defense. I've got a bunch of forwards: Brianna Iglesias. I've got Lizzie McCabe. I'm trying to think of my midfielders. No, I've said Ashling, I've said Summer, I've said Rosie, I've said Eliana. Oh, how could I forget Lizzie Nicolopoulos? So she's so amazing back there on the defense. So I just want to make sure I didn't forget anybody. I'm sure I have. And if I did, I'm really sorry, because they are all great. So.
And then lastly, expectations for the year. Obviously it's a brand new challenge coaching the varsity squad this year. What are you looking forward, and what do you think the team can bring?
So I asked them in the beginning of the season what they expect from me. And something they expected from me was to be a strong communicator, and I'm hoping that I can live up to their expectations. Something I expect from them is for them to be the best version of themselves every day. And that's all you can really ask of anybody. So that's what I would ask of them.